Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Brian and Jim once again from DrinkABeerandPlayAGame, and today we are going to be checking out Zombie Revenge for the Dreamcast.
This originally came out as an arcade game in 1999, but that same year it also came out on the Dreamcast, and that's what we're reviewing today. This game's actually a 3D beat-em-up, kind of rare, and you don't see that a lot anymore. And it's actually a spin-off of the House of the Dead franchise, so when it comes to zombies, you can't get much better than that.
Alright, so let's take a look at these graphics. Now right away, this is the Dreamcast, and at the time, these graphics were pretty goddamn awesome. Sure, they're not perfect, but they replicated the arcade almost as nearly identical as they could. And this is the stage of 3D games where they still aren't as polished as you see today. They feel very polygonal, but they still look fine to us. There's some parts in the game where you're going to have a whole lot of enemies and they're all doing different stuff. All the boss fights are pretty goddamn epic, and although the bosses might not be anything too original, they all kind of look disgusting in one way or another. I mean, take a look at this guy. He's just got shards of glass coming out of him, and this fucking guy throws up on you. But anyway, we liked them. I liked it a little more than Jim, as you can see. I gave it a 7, Jim gave it a 6, and we're just going to add 2 beers to the beer requirement meter, because fucking guy throwing up on you makes you want to throw up.
Alright, the sound. A little bit of a mixed bag, but overall it's pretty good. The music, it's kind of tempered to whatever stage you're in. So if you're in kind of a safe-ish room or, one of those side rooms, it's really dull and muted. Or if you're in the sewers, then you're really just hearing the sound of the sewer. But in more of the confined spaces, more of the action-packed spots, and the boss fights, you get some pretty high-energy, up-tempo music. It's fine, it fits, it's very arcadey. It's perfect for the game that it is. And really, the voice work is what you expect to get from House of the Dead. So, it's dumb, it's goofy, it's arcadey, and the voiceover work for the actors is terrible as you'd expect. But that does add to the fun. The sound effects are pretty much what you've heard before in even earlier games by Sega. That doesn't really take away from it at all either. Basically, we like the sound a lot. It's not perfect, but it's definitely above average. And you can add, what the hell, another 2 beers just to enjoy that dumb speaking even more.
Alright, so let's jump right into this control, and if anyone out there has ever played a 3D beat-em-up, you're probably going to either hate these type of games or love them. And for me and Jim, we had no problem with the controls. This is one of the smoother controlling 3D beat-em-ups, shoot-em-ups, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the only real issue we had throughout the game is sometimes you'll have a goofy camera angle and you won't actually be able to see where the enemies are coming from. But the thing that really helps you out is all your guns, they auto-lock onto whatever enemy you're pointing towards. And all of your basic melee attacks you can do in 360 degrees, so you can attack from any direction. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. So that's why we didn't give it a perfect, as you see here. We gave it 8s. And I'm only going to add 1 beer because we actually didn't have that many gripes with this game.
Alright, if there's one thing that current gen games just can't get right, it's beat-em-ups. It's kind of a lost genre, but really, there are good 3D beat-em-ups out there. Now, for every failure, like the Turtles in Time remake, or Turtles in the Shadows, or the Watchmen game, you have games like this. You have games like the original Fighting Force. Ones that didn't take themselves too seriously that wound up still being fun and working. Take Splatterhouse or Double Dragon, put a horror theme on it, combine it with Resident Evil, and this is what you get. And it's awesome. It's very simple gameplay, very simple control. It's an arcade game. It's a port of an arcade game. What do you expect? But there is some challenge here. We weren't able to beat it, even though Brian used to all the time on his own, so maybe that was the beer talking. Who knows? It's a goofy-ass game with a grindhouse feel to it. It's not polished, but you know what? As far as a game goes, it's pretty much as fun and as good as you're going to get. So we both gave it 9s. We loved the hell out of it. I guess add a beer just because 9 plus 1 equals 10. Ha!
So as far as the originality is concerned, a lot of these elements in games, Jim just pretty much summed it up perfectly. It's like taking pieces of different genres and different games that have already been done and putting it all together in a package we haven't seen before. Now, I've played a few other different 3D style horror-themed games like Wayward the Hunter or Grabbed by the Ghoulies or whatever you have. And this game still comes off as a little original. You have some really interesting weapons sometimes, like the guitar case weapons from the mariachi films and Desperado. You have a giant ass drill that's just hilarious when you just get one of these fucking zombies and they're spinning around on it. And the other thing is, for a 3D game that has its own story, its own little arcade mode, this game also offers you a fighting mode. So that added some points as far as originality that we haven't seen before. As you can see, it's not the most original game, but we gave it 6s. And let's add 2 more beers because, I don't know, I just want to add 2 beers.
Well, like any good arcade game, the game really shines with your co-op fun in this one. I mean, you and a buddy can sit down for hours, and even if you do beat the game, you're going to want to go back for more. It's just that damn fun. You can always turn the difficulty up to give yourself more of a challenge, and really, it's a challenging game, it's a quarter muncher, so you're going to be spending some time trying to beat it no matter what. Like Brian said, there's a fighting game part to it too, so while it's not the best in the world, it's definitely playable, and it's basically as good as any of the, say, Streets of Rage one-on-one fighting parts were. Really, if you own a Dreamcast, there's no reason not to have it. Especially, I mean, you're not going to be able to play 4-player on it, but couch co-op, it's at its best right here. So, we both gave it 9s. We'll add another beer just for it being so damn fun.
So overall, obviously, if you couldn't tell from our review thus far, we've really enjoyed this game. It's something we could just sit down and it's one of those games that when you're bored, you're over a buddy's house and you're not playing anything new. This is going to be one of your go-to games. And just like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, it's just fun that you can have for hours and hours, and you can replay the levels, and you really won't get that tired of them. We love the graphics, we love the gameplay, and the control is smooth enough that there's nothing that really frustrates you. In fact, we like this game so much, we decided to do a drunken long play. So make sure you come back on Friday to check it out. But anyway, getting down to our scores, as you can see, we both gave it 8s. Same exact score we gave Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So come back Friday, make sure you check out our Drunken Long Play, and let us know what you think of this game if you've ever played it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Alright, guys, and as far as your beer pairing goes, let's go with the Evil Genius Hop King. Why? Well, Evil Genius is one of our favorite breweries now, and neither of us are huge fan of double IPAs. I mean, sure, we like Dirt Wolf and some other things, but this is just really goddamn drinkable. There's a decent amount of alcohol, and it's very easy to drink. It pairs very well with this game, and you're going to be able to knock back a few while having a whole lot of fun with your buddies. So remember to drink your beers and play your games responsibly. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you click subscribe or give us a thumbs up, and leave comments if you have anything you want to say. See you next time.